I actually like it from the head coach, James Lalonde. I think he's looking around saying, well, why not? This France team they know is maybe a little bit more talented than this Canadian team. But I think Canada's hopes are, and we talk about this a lot, I think Canada's hopes are, hey, we frustrate them. Hopefully they don't find the back of the net. Maybe we get a counter opportunity, a 3v3 of some sort. We strike once and we win 1-0. A lot of times teams and nations are content with that. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to win a match any way you can. And I like the strategy a lot.
You have to think, too, the trust that they have in their midfielders to be able to make that counterattack. Okay, we're going to put you a little bit closer to defense, but make sure you get it up when we're on the offensive and being able to help Emma Perry there in the front. Great sportsmanship by Prony, helping Carlisle up on the sidelines.
Here's Carlisle. Deflected again. France gets a touch on everything. We said it throughout their first two matches. It just seems like every 50-50 ball they win.
Well, in that little area right there, there was 3-4 different Canadian players, and it almost looked like they were fighting themselves for the ball.
Here's Fanny Prony. Porsche leaves it. Left foot try and stopped by Hogg. It was Gauthier who took a try. I think Gauthier was more trying to pass that to a teammate. Then it wound up trickling all the way to Hogg, the keeper.
The speed for Brissonnet over there on the side to intercept and get the ball back to her defenders to switch the field. Impressive.
Chance here for France. Deflection. Trying to find teammates here is Tivion. Salman gets taken down, edge of the 18. Would have been a penalty kick, but Laura Rodriguez, who was right there, deemed it to not be enough to blow the whistle. Besson. Out wide to Gauthier. Gauthier. Dancing with the ball. Dribbling. Crosses one in. Was looking for Belkacemi. See if Carlisle wants to clear, and she does. Left foot cross and a try off the head of Belkacemi. Flag went up by Paul Kavanagh, the assistant referee, so it wasn't going to count anyway. Here's Fung. Good stop there by Fung. Good move on Prony. Carlisle still possessing, looking for teammates. And this is where sometimes you'll get that challenge because you have 5 in the back, then you have 4 in the middle of the pitch. So if they're playing defense, those 4, and you got 9 back there plus the goalie, so 10 players, you're not necessarily going to have anybody up to pass to. What I love about this Canadian team, and it really is impressive, they are not scared at all. They do not care who they're playing. They're going to play gritty defense. Good ball here. Waiting for Salman. Sakman. Left foot laser, and it's stopped by Hogg. Boy, she didn't need to touch it there, but I understand rather being safe than sorry in that instance. So Hogg couldn't catch it. It'll be a corner kick on the far side.
rather getting your hands on the ball than a deflection. We've seen the deflections off the goalpost, the crossbar, have been deadly in a lot of these matches, and really the assistant for a lot of the scores here we've seen.
Sama to take it here, trying to set up the first for France. It went off the head of a French player. Carlisle, dancing and weaving, finds her teammate that she was looking for. Kayla Talbot, now Emma Perry, back to Fung. Good movement here from Canada. Perry, ooh, the idea was right. Talbot, boy, if that pass was there, Shelby, Talbot would have had all the space in the world. Those are the little things. It's a good build-up and a good attack there by Canada. Not taking that away. If that pass is there, Kayla Talbot had a lot. Of green. Here, get some water. Again, it's been hot here in Spokane. It's the right idea by the committee and talk over some strategy. That gives us a chance, Shelby, to look at the SISM goal leaders to this point. And take a look here. Haley Robertson still the only player in the tournament with 4. But as we said earlier, there are 10 other ladies, 10 other names, and I'll read them out. Kaylee Utley and Katie Gernsbacher, both from the United States, each have 3. Sonia Batoshek for Germany has 3. Youngmin Lee for Korea, South Korea has 3. And then 2 French players, Morgan Duporche as well as Sarah Pallison, each have 3 for France. Tabe, Eto, and Nanga, have 3 for Cameroon. And then Umu Koni added 2 tallies for Mali in the match earlier to reach 3. So how about that? So Robertson's still at the top, everyone chasing her. That's a cool graphic put together by our team. I know John Anderson next to us on the left, who's doing a lot of stats work. He helped out with that graphic, but it's cool to see him. We'll showcase that throughout each of the matches. We wanted to let the first week build before we showed that. But 2 French players here that have the chance to tie Robertson.
Well, you can see there, that's just a true testament to the skill that a lot of these players have. Well matched, getting 11 players with 3 goals throughout the tournament so far. It's really impressive to see. And then how, like I said, matched and well, 11 players, and just being able to score the 3 goals within, and it could be in one single match or it can be in multiple matches, but it still counts.
Something else we didn't get to earlier that I wanted to talk about during the starting lineup graphic, but for France, no Shuli Pascaro today. One of their key members on the back line, the right center back, is out. She had 2 yellow cards in the first 2 matches, so back-to-back matches, mandatory, have to sit out a match. We've talked about it a lot, but I know we're both not necessarily in favor of that rule. We understand if you get a red card in a match or a double yellow in a match, I'm good with the player having to sit out, but it's tough when you get a yellow in back-to-back matches and have to sit out the next one. But no Pascaro today. Those are the rules. Got to abide by them.
Risone's speed is just phenomenal. She's running all over the field, making sure she gets a touch on the ball.
Minute. 0-0 between Canada and France. Prony's out wide here on the near side. Looking for Gauthier. Gauthier tried to find Prony. There's that give and go again. I want you to talk about how tough that give and go is to defend.
You know, especially if you don't have enough defenders back there, you can't anticipate a give and go at all times. And having to guard one player, right, and then moving to guard another player that's running behind you, man, that is tough.
Gauthier making a run here. It's going to be too much. Looking at the speed from Gauthier, and it just goes past the touchline. That was just a little bit too far out of the reach of Gauthier off the right foot of Goudart. So week number 1 in the books. This is the start of the second week, which means we are getting down to the nitty-gritty there. Not a great punt or kick by Hogg. It's going to be a French throw-in. But things are starting to shape up. We talked about it in the open in the pre-match. South Korea waits France. So France, even with a loss in this match, still, and a draw, still could reach the gold medal match. But with a loss, that ball's chipped in to the 18, into the arms of Hogg. With a loss, they would have to beat South Korea on Wednesday. South Korea already has 9 points. France has 6. But even if they lose, if they beat South Korea, then it goes down to goal differential. And that's how it would be determined. So France is in a good spot, regardless of what happens here today. And then on the other side of the rankings, Cameroon. The first to 9 points. They play tomorrow against Belgium. And unless Belgium stuns Cameroon, miscommunication there. And finally, for the first time today, the keeper and Solon Froshi had to make a play. But unless Cameroon gets stunned by Belgium, Cameroon will be the first African nation to compete in the gold medal match. And there's so many stories, Shelby, that we're following and looking at and tracking. But those are the big ones, talking about the gold medal match. Predictions, taking a look at things. So France and South Korea have set themselves up to try and play for the gold. And it also feels like France versus South Korea on Wednesday could be a gold medal match. They just happen to be in the same group. Here is Prony. She has some space. Fung trying to get back. Prony, right foot, deflection, and it will go right to Hogg.
Hogg is doing a great job there in the back, making sure that no ball gets past her. And with the help of her, obviously, 5 defenders helping her out is just really great. And you know what? They've held their own here for the entire first half.
Katie Fung, the left back. Her and the right back of Leah Gauthier been going at it. Prony trying to set up a teammate here. Good deflection yet again, but it's right to Gauthier. Canada has to reset its defense. Into the box, Belkacemi, but the flag went up yet again. Paul Kavanagh all over it. Belkacemi has not timed the runs as well as she hoped. 3 times now she's been called for offside.
You have to think about how in sync that 5-man back line is to be catching these players offside.
Handball there was called on Kimberly O'Rourke.
So a lot of looking at the roster for the Canadian team, a lot of them have played at the Royal Military College. during the same years, and I'm sure a lot of them have actually had a chance to play with each other during 2017, it looks like, is where a lot of them kind of overlapped. I think that's interesting. They might have had a chance to at least meet each other, maybe play a few games, and now come back out here and play again.
Talking about this back line too, let's talk about Amanda Courtois von Spite. She joined the military as a direct entry officer, a DEO, completing her Bachelor's of Science in Biomedical Physiology and Kinesiology. I can hardly read those words, Shelby. That's how smart Courtois von Spite is. But also kinesiology at the Simon Fraser University, SFU. She says, I'm an Air Combat Systems Officer, an ACSO, in search and rescue on the West Coast. So she can't be too far from Spokane. We're not quite coast-ish. We're near the Idaho border. We're about 3 hours from Seattle. Also a cool story about Courtois von Spite. She won a CAF Soccer Nationals in 2019 with the Canadian West team. She's a true footballer, true soccer player. Prony out wide here. France still trying to build. There's the head of Belkacemi again. Instead, backside of the play, inside the 18, and a save by Hogg. Canada's back line, as well as Alex Hogg, continue to stand tall here in the first half. Zaman wants to set it up again. This could be the run. Juggled off of Hogg, and again France is offside. I don't think we're tracking offside here by this French team. That's close to double digits in the first half. Well, Kavanagh's been busy over there. Gonna get an arm workout in, Shelby. He's putting that flag up.
It really seems that even on the many goal kicks that the Canadian team has had, it gets lost around the 40 to 50 yard line into the French.
Throw in here for France. This Canada team, they have a lot of fun, and right now, I think enjoying. I know they've been on the defensive the entire first half, but they have not allowed a goal against a lethal French team. And much of this team are professional players. Left foot cross again. Belkacemi was there. It was deflected by Katie McCaskill.
Well, now you mentioned the French team, most of them they play together as well. There's 4 of the players that play for OGC Nice. There's 4 that play for RC Lens, 2 that play for Stade de Reims, and 2 that play for Flory 91. So they also have the chance to kind of play together and really get to know each other a little bit better, and then come here and play at this team.
Right foot try. Keep looking for teammates here. Left foot try, saved by Hogg. That was going to go into the back of the net. Another great save by Alex Hogg. Belkacemi yet again. I mean, she's going to continue to get frustrated inside the 18. She has pinged 2 off the post, and Hogg has saved 2 against Belkacemi.
Now here, the entire Canadian team here is back in the goal box.
This is not Salmon taking it. Different player. It's near the goal. It's on the top of the net and over the goal. And either a foul was called or offside. Something. It's not going to matter. But 41st minute. 0-0 between France and Canada. I'll tell you what. If Canada wins this match, Shelby, it will be the most stunning upset that has ever occurred in the 20 years of women's CISM football.
I agree, and we haven't talked about it, but I feel like we have to mention it every match. The sun, right? For Hogg in the back goal, she has the sun shining directly in her eyes over here in Spokane, Washington, and it's got to make it real hard for her to see the ball in all of these shots here by the French team.
And that's what I mean about them saying, listen, we don't care who we play. We're going to be warriors out of the pitch, and that's what we're going to do. It is not... She has looked like the most comfortable keeper in this match out of anyone. If it's affected her, she is not showcasing it.
Absolutely.
Here's Carlisle making a run.
You can't see me, but I'm shaking my head because I agree. She has been very poised in the back goal right there.
Good run there by Kaylee Carlisle. It honestly also might be the first time that a team who has started out, we don't have this stat, I don't even know if we could look it up, but a team that started out on this side, on their defensive third, like Canada is now, with Hogg the keeper in between the pipes, inside the 6, could be the first time that they don't allow a goal if France can't score here in the closing stages. And as I say that, Dupourche, so dangerous, it'll be a corner. I know Canadian fans right now are saying, why would you say that out loud?
I was thinking the same thing.
French fans, of course, are thinking the opposite, saying, okay, well, maybe I'll jinx him. But this is how tough this back line is played. Alex Hogg has been tremendous. So Tivillon to take it. They have switched corner kick takers, so not Salmon anymore. It's going to be Tivillon for the second straight time. Left foot try near the goal, and Hogg has to make a save. Boy, that thing was bending and curving. Hogg, and again with the sun there. Didn't matter.
ইজাব কোথায় কি
Another through ball, and a good one here. Inside the 18, nice stop by Brissonnet. Brissonnet left foot, Belkacemi left foot, and it's a goal kick. Belkacemi has had a foot or a head on at least half the tries and attempts for France here in the first half. They have 14 shots here in this first half. It looks like only 5 on target. I say only 5, that's still pretty darn good. But 5 on frame. Hogg has had to make 5 brilliant saves.
It's really been a relentless attack here for the French. The last few, well, in the entire first half, really.
Tivillon dispossessed. Good defense there by Rousseau. Gonna try the other side here yet again for Gauthier. The outside of her foot. What a ball there by Gauthier. Man, that is so skillful. So 45th minute. Canada, this is a win. It is a win for Canada. They go into the break and get to reset. I know their back line is gassed. Their whole team is gassed. They've been playing defense all half long. But if they go into the break 0-0, Shelby, it is a win against this French team. No one has done this yet. Another right foot try. Trying to clear. Still just outside the 18.
You can see the French offense, they're all waiting, just waiting for the back line of the Canadian team just to make that step back so they can actually make a run and not be offside.
Tivione yet again. And off the head. Og's going to waste some time. Pretty smart here before Belkacemi makes her pick it up. So 45 plus what? It's going to be 45 plus 2. So 2 additional minutes here in the first half. Possession has been close to 90-10. We'll call it 85-15 in favor of France. But what matters is the scoreboard. And there are zeros up on that board right now between these two nations. Canada has to hold. Their back line has to hold for another 2 minutes. To Porsche inside the 18. Tifong wants to get it out of there, and she does, smartly. France is yet to be shut out in a half.
They know it too. They're making quick passes and trying to get it up the field to get at least one in the back of the net for the first half.
Tivione again. Brisone trying to play it to her left. Inside the 18, and who else but Alex Hogg. She's been a ball hog today inside the 6, and that's a good thing. She has stopped a ton of these crosses and has made 5 saves. Canada trying to hold off France for another 40-ish seconds. And this will definitely help that. So this strategy by James Lalonde and the rest of this coaching staff, it's been a good one so far. I think it's frustrated France. Having 5 in the back, and Nets has not been able to connect into the back of the net. Nets has not been able to connect into the back of the net.
And like you said, the French, they're pretty used to getting at least one in on the first half, so coming out here and just being stifled the way they have been, it's got to be so frustrating, like you said.
And now it's up to Laura Rodriguez, the head referee from the United States. You can see Katie Fung was looking at Katie McCaskill there, and Katie McCaskill said, throw the ball on our attacking half. And that is the half. So for the first time here in Spokane, the French may be a little bit stunned by the fact that they didn't score. Despite dominating possession, dominating pace, and controlling the ball, this Canadian back line has hold stout and hold tough. It's 0-0 heading into the break, Shelby.
You know, I'm going to say I did not expect this. I mean, the French team has gone so well at getting at least 1 to 2 goals in the first half for a lot of these games, and being stifled like this, the French team has got to be thinking, what are we doing wrong? Well, I don't think really not much. It's the Canadian team that's just holding it hard there in the back line.
So 0-0 at the break. These two nations going to go talk it over. France is going to say, hey, we've had a lot of good chances. Just haven't found the back of the net. Canada's going to be fired up. That's the first time the French team has been held scoreless in a half. We have another terrific package for you guys. Our very own Matt Hester caught up with the Dutch team from the Netherlands to talk about their team and how excited they are to play in this tournament and to represent their service, their country, and women everywhere. We hope you enjoy. We will see you on the flip side.
I love it. Yeah, it's such a fun game to do. It's and with these girls, it's just amazing because